If you are interested in remaking or redesigning a new or vintage dress, this video is for you. On this page, I'm going to answer some FAQ, but in this video, I specifically want to talk about what is the process of remaking a wedding dress. Maybe you want to turn your mother's dress into a reception dress, whether you're doing it as a surprise or planning it with her. Let's talk about how you book the appointment, what kind of preparatory work will you do before we actually meet in person. We're also going to talk about pricing, so there are different price ranges that you've seen, and I'm also going to link some past work so you can see the scope of the projects that brides have hired us to do.
The most direct way for me to help you choose a path with remaking your dress is to start with pricing. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what things cost and be able to make a decision on which direction you want to go. There are two paths that you can take. One is the remake and redesign appointment. The other is alterations.
Okay, we're freaking out. Second fitting, it's coming together.
Let's start off by going into detail on what you can expect in a remake appointment. The pricing will be around $1,500 and up, and there will be a quiz linked in the confirmation page. As soon as you secure your time and date on my calendar, look for that page. Most brides will do their style quiz right away in the confirmation page, but if you want to save it for after work or later in the day, you can go back to the remake page and find the link, or you can save it from the confirmation. Your style quiz is important because it asks all my questions in one organized place to ensure you have a consistent experience. It's also the place that I go back to and refer when I'm building your suggestions rack or creating samples for you. The next step is a quick planning call. You prepare nothing. I will have everything ready, all my ideas and questions from seeing your photos. I will ask you everything that I need from you by text message. The next step is we get together and meet. In that appointment, we're going to get so much done because of all the preparation and communication that we've had in planning. Behind the scenes, I'm getting your samples ready, checking your sizing, and building your suggestions rack. I'm also setting up the room, making sure everything is ready for your visit. I'll be able to check your size and your measurements. That way, if you're adding a sleeve like these, you're not going to be blindsided when you get here and find out that we only had size 8, you needed a 22, or vice versa. Maybe you needed a size 2 and all we had was a size 20. That can be really frustrating. So sizing is really important when you're planning ahead for your design meeting.
Changes everything. Those bell sleeves, I'm ready to see that slit.
I know, me too. I'm excited.
It's gonna feel longer, taller.
You might be wondering, $1,500, how is that possible to spend that much? What's included? Well, I want to give you a frame of reference. So with bell sleeves like the ones you just saw, those are easily in the $500 to $900 range. You can bring the cost down by the type of fabric that you choose, but if you're wanting something that matches a designer dress, it really just depends on the material. Also, you can do a simpler sleeve. You don't have to do one that requires so much lace and fabric and trim. Simpler sleeves can be in the $200 to $500 range, and then this bride added a slit, which is anywhere from $150 to $250 depending on the finish of your fabric. So right there alone, you're at $1,000. And then you've got your regular fit. That doesn't include a hem and bustle, which can be anywhere from $450 to $550 depending on the fabric. Does the dress need to be taken in or let out? Is there a place where it needs to be clean? Some of these hems are all the way around, and then some of them are just in the front. A hem in the front with a bustle will cost about the same as just doing a hem all the way around. A hem all the way around feels like a double hem cost, but then you're saving on the cost of not needing the bustle. If the dress does not fit, you can think about, you not only have to take in the body of the dress, but you also have to take in the sleeve into consideration for cost. Some of you can't get your arm through the sleeve because it's too small. Others need to have them taken in. You can avoid some cost by just letting it be more original. But if you're that bride that's like, no, I'm gonna need to feel sculpted and snatched, then I would put away a few extra funds. We do see brides that are investing in the $5,000 to $9,000 range on remakes. Those brides are looking for heavy beading like the stones that you saw on the dress that was working on the table. They're also doing multiple pieces. So maybe they have a detached skirt and then they're doing a bunch of work to the actual wedding dress, and then they want to customize the veil. If you're on a rush delivery, you can also increase your cost, especially if you have less than 3 months. And we do see a lot of brides at last minute, they're like, oh, I do want to do this. Can you get it done in time? Now that I've scared you with pricing on the high side, let's go back to the alterations appointment, which is the second direction that you can go. You will not schedule a remake. You'll go to Tammy's calendar and schedule alterations. This is perfect for the bride that's like, oh, heck no, there's no way I would spend $1,500 to wear this as a reception dress. Maybe you don't need much to change at all. If you send me photos of you in the dress, not a photo of your grandmother or your mother, I will be able to guide you by text message and let you know, hey, you do not have to invest that much. Some of you are only going to need a couple $100 to do a hem, and you're going to leave the top more natural. Some of you might spend $600 to $800 because you're going to take in the top, take in the shoulders, and shorten the hem. If you're wearing the dress as a reception dress, most likely you're going to hem the whole thing, like the train and all. I do want to make sure it's clear that Tammy will not need your style quiz because she won't read any of that and do the prep work. Her schedule works a little differently, being that she focuses solely on alterations. That's why I offer the hybrid appointment for those brides that need all of that done ahead of time. Tammy's calendar is also on the website, so you can go and pick your date and time, and then you'll get her cell phone number in the confirmation page. You're welcome to text her pictures or ask her questions by text, but keep in mind that Tammy sees about 10 to 12 brides per day, so she does not do any preparation work. My strength is online videos and communication prior to the visit. Tammy's strength is to work with you in person in your dress. When you're working with Tammy during alterations, you'll need to have your ideas narrowed down. You'll definitely need to know what you want the dress to do so that she can execute that for you. Tammy is the technical genius on her team. She is one of the owners. She and I have been working together for 11 plus years. She is the one that does all of the execution of all of these designs. I help them on the front end. She does the meetings on the back end, and we are such a team. We could not be more opposite in our strengths and our weaknesses. So if you're looking for somebody that will execute your design, your plan that you have together, Tammy's your girl, but she's going to expect you to come to the meeting knowing what you want, and she's going to do it for you. Tammy's appointments are less than 30 minutes. She does not pull samples from the dress shopping side like I do, and the appointment goes pretty quickly because you have all your ideas together and ready. With Tammy, the timeline is the same. We're going to be able to get your dress completed within the same timeline. You're not adding to your timeline by having a design meeting with me. Since we get so many short timelines with remakes, I want to remind you that both of us as owners are seamstresses, and we work really, really well with short timelines. So if you have less than 3 months, less than 2 months, if you live out of state, I highly recommend booking the remake appointment and shipping the dress to us before you come to town. We can get some of the prep work done if the dress does not fit, and how brilliant that we can go ahead and open the dress and get it started before you even get here. It's so much easier to pin it and show you how the dress will lay on you when all the stuff is out of the way. Shipping the dress has pros and cons, so do what's most comfortable for you.
It is like far exceeding anything I ever thought it was gonna look like. Especially the back of it. Like, come on. I'm dying. I love it. I'm actually on the verge of like, do I wear it as like the second or like the day of dress? I'm speechless. Like, this is wonderful. I love the way it bounces. Tammy nailed it. Okay, it's the back for me. If I could just walk and look at the back. So cute. I also cannot wait to see my dad's reaction too.
He's gonna freak.
I am trying to decide whether I should give him a heads up or not, but we will see.
I'm so thankful that I have these videos of their reactions. I wish I had more so that you could understand how emotional, sentimental, and special it is to do something like this. Now, Mickey, the one you just saw that did the short reception dress with the big bow in the back, she also surprised her mom, and she tagged her photos on Instagram and Facebook, so I would highly recommend going and seeing what her photographer did. And this is Rachel Ortel. She travels here from out of town and made the trip a girls' weekend with her mom every time. We did make it as few trips for her so that she wouldn't be worn out by the end of the process. Both Mickey and Rachel had their dresses whitened. That's an investment that you'll have to decide if you absolutely need it. With Mickey's, she really couldn't wear it without doing it because her dress was black. But with Rachel, her dress was this creamy kind of orangey color. The sleeves were really orangey. And so she was like, okay, I have to do that because I really wanted to be freshened up after 5 women have worn this in my family. But the first few dresses in the video that I've shown you, they did not whiten the dress. They were on the fence.
Oh my word. I have never posted anything like this. Rachel had her dress whitened. It's so good. It looks, the sleeves, it looks so good.
Rachel had over a year to plan with, which was nice. For her travel schedule, she was able to spread things out. We could do as much or as little as she wanted to without much stress. Most that are doing this for the reception dress, they'll definitely decide to do that towards the end of their wedding planning.
Did whiten well. How are you? I'm great.
No.
Oh, it's perfect. Can you believe the transformation? It's so much better.
So much better. Perfect. Look at you. Let me see you.
This is perfect. I'm obsessed with this.
Oh my goodness.
And the little bit of poof is like perfect
but it's
too.
soft in there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to walk through this with me. I hope this was helpful, and now you feel more prepared on which direction you want to go and how much you want to invest in this. Either way you go, whether you do a little or a lot, I can assure you that you will have so much fun.
Especially if there's history behind it, other women have worn it. It's really neat to hear those stories and really just to see the reaction of your dad, your family, your cousins, your aunties, and everyone at your wedding that gets to see this piece of clothing that is so much more than a dress. And whether your parents are still married or divorced, that piece of clothing will be so much fun to wear. You can wear it on anniversaries. Other people can too. I think it's a really cool thing to invest in. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We can't wait to get creative with you. All my contact information is listed in the description. But of course, if you're looking for content on wedding dress shopping, alterations, and business ownership, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and I will be sharing new content with you weekly. See you soon. Mwah.